George Edward Foreman was born on January 10, 1949, in Marshall, Texas, and grew up in Houston's tough Fifth Ward neighborhood. Raised in poverty, Foreman was a troubled youth involved in street fights and petty crime. However, his life changed when he joined the Job Corps, where he met a mentor who introduced him to boxing. Under the guidance of coach Doc Broadus, Foreman quickly developed into a promising young fighter, showcasing incredible strength and raw power. Foreman's rise to fame began at the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City, where he won a gold medal in the heavyweight division by defeating Jonas Čepulis of the Soviet Union. His dominance in the tournament was evident, and he even waved an American flag after his victory, symbolizing his pride. This Olympic triumph set the stage for his professional career, as he signed with legendary trainer Dick Sadler and quickly became a force to be reckoned with in the heavyweight division. Foreman's career skyrocketed when he won the World Heavyweight Championship in 1973 by knocking out the undefeated Joe Frazier in just 2 rounds. His brutal punching power made him one of the most feared fighters of his time, as he demolished challengers like Ken Norton and Jose Roman. However, in 1974, Foreman faced Muhammad Ali in the famous Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire. Despite being the favorite, Foreman fell into Ali's rope-a-dope strategy, exhausting himself before being knocked out in the 8th round, marking the first loss of his professional career. Following his devastating loss to Muhammad Ali in 1974 and a subsequent defeat to Jimmy Young in 1977, George Foreman found himself at a crossroads in his life. His once invincible aura inside the ring had been shattered, and after his fight with Young, he experienced what he described as a near-death religious awakening in his locker room. Foreman later recounted that he felt as if he had died and was transported into a deep, dark void, where he heard a divine voice commanding him to change his ways. Overwhelmed by this experience, he believed he had been given a second chance at life. This profound moment led him to renounce his aggressive lifestyle and walk away from boxing at the peak of his career. Determined to follow his newfound spiritual path, Foreman became an ordained Christian minister and dedicated himself to spreading the message of faith and redemption. He founded the Church of the Lord Jesus Christ in Houston, Texas, where he became a full-time pastor, delivering sermons and guiding people through their struggles. His transformation from a fearsome boxer to a man of God shocked the sports world, but Foreman remained steadfast in his mission. He focused on helping underprivileged youth, using his own troubled past as an example of how faith and perseverance could turn lives around. He also established the George Foreman Youth and Community Center, which provided at-risk children with mentorship, education, and athletic programs. While Foreman found deep personal fulfillment in his ministry, he faced significant financial difficulties during this period. Having spent much of his boxing earnings and receiving little income from his church work, he struggled to support his growing family. By the late 1980s, Foreman realized that a return to boxing might be the only way to secure his financial future. However, at nearly 40 years old and significantly overweight, few believed he could compete again at a high level. Despite the skepticism, Foreman was determined to make an incredible comeback, not just for financial reasons, but also to prove that age and adversity could not defeat the human spirit. In 1987, at the age of 38, Foreman made a shocking return to boxing, initially dismissed as a publicity stunt. However, he proved doubters wrong by knocking out younger opponents with his still devastating punching power. After years of climbing the ranks, Foreman achieved the impossible in 1994 when, at 45 years old, he knocked out Michael Moorer to reclaim the World Heavyweight title. This made him the oldest heavyweight champion in history, cementing his legacy as one of the sport's greatest comebacks. Following his second boxing retirement in 1997, Foreman became a global business icon, largely due to his association with the George Foreman lean mean fat-reducing grilling machine. The grill became a household name, selling over 100 million units worldwide and earning Foreman hundreds of millions of dollars in endorsement deals. His success as an entrepreneur overshadowed even his boxing achievements. making him one of the wealthiest former athletes in the world. Foreman's impact on boxing and business is unparalleled. He inspired countless fighters with his incredible resilience and sportsmanship, while his business acumen set a benchmark for athletes transitioning into entrepreneurship. Beyond boxing and business, he has been a motivational speaker, TV personality, and preacher, using his story to inspire others to turn their lives around. His autobiography, by George, The Autobiography of George Foreman, provides deep insights into his journey from a troubled youth to a legendary champion. Despite his fame and fortune, Foreman remains a humble family man, with 12 children, 5 of whom are named George. He continues to be involved in charitable work, particularly through the George Foreman Youth and Community Center, which helps underprivileged kids. His life story stands as a testament to the power of perseverance, faith, and second chances, making him one of the most respected figures in sports and business history. George Foreman passed away on March 21, 2025, at the age of 76, at a hospital in Houston, Texas. His death marked the end of an era for boxing and the sports world as a whole. Tributes poured in from fans, athletes, and business leaders, recognizing his incredible contributions both inside and outside the ring. Foreman's journey from a troubled youth to an Olympic gold medalist, 2-time heavyweight champion, and successful entrepreneur, remains one of the most inspiring stories in sports history. His legacy lives on through his achievements, his impact on boxing, and his entrepreneurial success, making him a true icon of resilience and reinvention.